Hello everybody, and it's late May. It's been a very wet May so far after a cold and dry April. So we'll have a little look around the plot, but today what we're going to do is we're going to heel in some leeks just so they can live here and get a full day's sunshine. I'm going to start some beans. This one's a neck of gold which has gone mega tall. And these ones here are some Blue Nile and some Cherokee ones from Real Seeds. Didn't do very well at germinating these because I left the lids on and it got really hot at one point, kind of baked all the seeds. It's just the ones in the middle that have germinated. But let's build some teepees, and also we're going to have a look at my compost that I started 3 months ago and see if we can chuck that on the bean bed too. All right, let's have a look around the plot. Let's start with the raspberries. Well, this is completely overgrown with weeds, so I'm going to need to do a lot of weeding in a bit and clear all these out. But we have got a big bunch growing on the right there that's coming up of fresh stems. The peas are starting to, some are starting to do something, some have just decided to die. We've got one little flower coming and then some big stems. This is where the beans are going to go. It's got a load of manure underneath that's been composted in place, and I think I might dress this with the compost that I've made, but we'll have a deeper look into this later. Bed 3's got some lettuce going on there, and then some spinach coming up. We've actually had a bit of germination, which is quite happy with that. That's going to need thinning out. Here's the carrot and the parsnip bed. Carrots, really patchy germination, but parsnips that are meant to be difficult are doing really well. Let's have a little closer look. Oh, lovely. Quite happy to actually have something germinate. On to beds 4 and 5, we've got the potatoes again. The second earlies are coming up really strong, and the main crop have just started to poke their head through on the right, which is, I'm pretty happy about this. And there's not been any late frost to bite them. Shallots are doing really nice. They're going on really well. And the spring onions are finally starting to do something. You can see between this one and the onion bed behind, this is one that I dug the green manure into, and you can see there's lots and lots of little weeds germinating in there. And the onion bed, which was just a deep layer of manure and covered, it's got much less weed pressure going on. This is my little leek seed bed. So these are kind of coming up really nice. They're a lot stronger because they get a full day's sunshine here down at the plot rather than sitting on a window ledge. Mystery beds being really nice. Actually did find out what these red things are called. These are loboda. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. And it's got many other different names. Some people call it French spinach. Strawberries are smashing it, going really nice. Lots and lots of flowers going on now. Over to the food forest. This is a perennial section going on, and we've got this pink currant that's growing up lovely, and then a blueberry on the right. There's a little bluot tree, and that survived quite nicely, and the gooseberry's taken well after transplant. That we had in a pot for about 3 years. It was always unhappy. Now it actually looks like it's getting what it needs. These are some raspberry canes that we put in, and I don't think they've actually survived. But I will be really happy when I'm proved wrong and they actually come good. Sad little rhubarb patch. It's that one's doing better. That one's still got a leaf on it, and that one I think has passed it. So you live and learn. These last two are my brassica beds, and we tried some direct sowing, but it's not been the best spring for that, and not very much has come up except for the rocket on the left. But I've started some more at home, so they'll be going in a couple of weeks. All right. Here's the compost bin I started 3 months ago. Let's have a look inside. That looks a lot better. So this started and it was probably up to about here, so it's sunk quite a lot. But let's take this bin off and let's have a little dig through. I'll do. Found some sunflower mix inside this lot as well, which is pretty good. Let's have a look. How is the decomposition going on? That looks pretty beautiful. And still some chunky bits in it, some sticks. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to dress the bed with this. I'm going to take this set pile, move it into the big bin because there's going to be a lot of things, and I'm going to put this in the little bin for just a bit more maturing. Look at that. Beautiful organic matter. That's really nice. Smells like a forest floor. Alright, let's do some manual work. See you in a bit for the beans. So this is where I'm going to do my beans this year, and it overwintered with some brassicas in, so it's just bare dirt. So 5 weeks ago I put down 5 wheelbarrows of manure on top, really thick, and then covered it up with the tarp. So let's get rid of this and see what's underneath it. Well, that's still a big bed of manure, so I'm going to grow some beans in it. Alright, let's get rid of a bit of this grass that seemed to manage to have even grown through that, even though there was no sunshine. Tiny bit of mare's tail coming up. Proper problem everywhere. Alright, let's do this. Oh. So I've got a big stack of cane hairs. I'm going to try and do 3 TPs to match up with these ones, but they're going to be slightly different because these are beam ones, so they're going to be 8 canes, no string, and as tall as possible. I got these canes from the allotment shop. I think they were like 30p each, which is pretty dang good. So let's stick them in. Which way do they grow? That way. So I'm going to start one on the end. And just push them in. And another one on this far end. That's in the middle. In the right way. No way. So I want to find 2/3 bits of those. Stick 2 in each one. In the middle spots. All right, I just need to get some string. There we go. Here's a nice bit of string. Just going to chop a little bit off. Using my trusty Swiss Army knife. Always a Boy Scout. So make yourself a little slip knot. Pop it round the top. around a few times. And then tie it off. Cool. Alright, that's the start of it. We'll come back in a bit when I've done a few more. It's going to tie them all off and then just keep adding. I'll add the cross and then the extra 4 ones to make the 8-pole TP. Alright, let's see it when this is done. Well, I've tied up all 3 now for the first 2 canes, and I've added the 3rd and 4th one, and then I'm just going to lash around this and then come back and do the last 4 on each TP. Well, that's a lot of canes, so I've got all the last ones in, and now we just need to lash these all up, just push them all into the middle. It's good to have them slightly pointing out so that there's some tension in the structure, and as you pull them together, and then they can be nice and strong for the wind that I'm sure we're going to have at some point. Alright, let's lash them up. And now we're all done. So I've got 3 TPs here, and I'm going to be growing 3 different kinds of beans. So I'm going to be growing Necker Gold, some Blue Nile that's saved from last year, and some Cherokee Trail of Tears beans, which the name's just amazing, to be honest. It's got a great backstory, but I'll tell you that another day. But one tip that I need to do is, if you're starting beans, don't put the propagator lid on and leave them in the sunshine, because they get way too hot, bake, and then don't germinate. So the only ones that germinated were ones in the centre of this tray. And this was 3 trays, and we only got 1 Necker Gold, which has gone really long. So I'm going to give each TP a different strain, and yeah, let's actually do some planting. Let's get some of these in. So I'm going to put Cherokee on this end, Blue Nile in the middle, and the Necker Gold over there. Nice, not too pot bound going on. Getting there though. So I wanted to get these out because I've been leaving 2 things for too long in the trays. I've got some more starting at home at the moment. It should be done in about a week or 2. They've just started to germinate 5 days after sowing, which is pretty happy with that. So we're getting a lot of roots going on. Just ease them out a little bit. And then I even potted this one on the other day because it was looking so spindly. Well, it's definitely a grower, that one. All right. That's a nice stage to get to, where the roots got to the bottom but they're not wrapping round in circles. So let's see what it's like planting beans and a whole lot of horse poo. Dig a little hole. I'm going to soil them up a bit. Plant them nicely deep. Tell you what though, like 5 weeks under cover with such good ground contact has really helped this manure. So the idea for this was kind of around people doing bean trenches. Nice, shit on my hands. And I thought, if you could do a trench, why could you not just do a massive top dressing and see how that goes on? Just don't try and break anything, but just give them a little untangle. Give them a tickle. Beans aren't the best thing to start a home in modules, but you know what the weather's been like guys. It has been atrocious. Hammering it down. It's probably going to hammer it down for the rest of the month. And then eventually summer is going to start. One day. So like I said, I've got some starting at home and I'm going to put a few bean seeds in, or beans, just in the situ and let them start off in the bed and see what works. You can always get like 2 or 3 around a cane. But no, my luck this year, I'll come back and everything will have been eaten by slugs. Oh, this is a... This has got a bit of a lean on it. I'll try and get it to tack onto that one. And this what you've been waiting for, isn't it? Something to hold on to. Right, well that's the start of my bean bed. Very messy hands. I'm going to go give them a wash. Cool. Last little thing is to do the leeks. Here's my little leek seed bed. So these went in like a month ago and they've come up to like, they're getting chunkier and chunkier. And then these ones are about a month younger. So I'm just going to heel these in. So just get a spade. Cut yourself a groove. Pop them out, pop them in. How are we doing this? Needs to be a bit bigger. There we go. Cool. And I'll let them enjoy the full day's worth of sunlight rather than being at the back of the house and only getting half a day. And hopefully they'll come up like this one. When all of these onions and shallots come out, I'm going to chuck in a whole bed of winter leeks. All right, lovely. Well, that's everything for the late May. I'm going to have a big planting early June when hopefully the weather will somehow slightly resemble summer. So if you like this and you got this far in the video, like and subscribe below. And if you want to watch me building that compost heap, check out this video. And brilliant. All right, cheers. Ta-ra. One last thing, I thought I'd give you a look at what's going on in the nursery. Here we have a whole tray of zinnias, and then we've got some peas going on here. They've all just germinated 5 days after sowing, which is pretty cool. The little peas. Pretty excited to actually get some peas that work for once. I've killed quite a lot of peas this year. And then over here we've got some more beans, which are just starting to come up. And here's some squashes, which aren't doing anything just yet, but it's still soon. And another strip of leeks. 3 squashes that made it. These are delicata, which were really nice last year. I did sow 8 of these, but only 3 came up. I baked them in the old propagator. Got some sprouting broccoli, it's going to go in a couple of weeks. And then we've got some sweet peppers. And up here, we've got the stuff that's all ready to go, which is, this is my backup broccoli tray. Lettuce, leeks and some beets. And in here, This is a recent sowing, and it's got some beets that are just about to come up, and some more broccoli and lettuce. Alright, that really is the end. Alright, ta-ra!